We'll continue with the 11th standard economics, market structure and pricing. There are two types of, it can be divided into two types, perfect competition and imperfect competition. In that imperfect competition, it is divided into monopoly and monopolistic. In that monopoly, we can see bilateral monopoly. In the monopolistic, we can see oligopoly and duopoly. First, we'll go and see what is a perfect competition. Perfect competition in the sense online ticket actions, that you can say, truck farming, salt, gravel, garage sales. In general, we can say online shopping, we can say. That means in the perfect competition, 100% perfect competition cannot be seen. Only there will be a many number of buyers and sellers in the market selling a same variety of a homogeneous product, same variety of a product. You can give an example, soap, paste. There will be many companies there for a soap company, paste company, you can say, at the same price. So that's what the John Robinsons wanted to say, is that the perfect competition prevails when the demand for output of each producer is perfectly elastic. Perfectly elastic means according to the demand, your product, whatever the producer is producing, according to demand, you are supplying or not. According to the price increases or decreases, according to the market demand, you are supplying or not. So the futures of a perfect competition is, first one is a large number of buyers and sellers. The large number of buyers in the sense, each individual, we are the common people, or each individual are buying the product in the market. Small quantum only we are going to buy. So that means we don't have a power to fix the price of a product. So that's why they are telling he is only the price taker, not a price maker. You can see the petrol. When the petrol liter for 1 rupee, 3 rupees increasing means whatever the company is saying, according to that the buyer we keep on buying. So that means there the producer is a price maker. We are the buyers are a price taker. So here buyers we cannot fix the price for any product in the perfect competition. In the same way, seller also is not a price maker, because there are many sellers in the market. He cannot make it a price, maybe fix the increases, decreases. He cannot make it. If he decreases, increases means he should have many branches or many other product he is busy. According to that, if anything a loss it may be happen is business means other branch, other product, using that profit he should be balanced. If it's there only, he will be stable in the market. So if that is the case means here the seller will be is having a very less shares only. Individual sellers very less quantum only, he also will be producing. So in that case he don't have a power to fix the price. He is also the price taker, not a price maker. Next one is homogeneous product and uniform prices. That means here you can see in the perfect competition, there should be a perfect substitute should be there. For your homogeneous product, there should be a perfect substitute is there. For example, salt, there is no substitute. Salt means you have to use salt only. No other product cannot be replaced by the salt. So here the identical same size, shape, color, it should be there. Perfectly substitute to your product. You can see the same way, the soap means the same soap will be available in the market with the same size, color, flavor, with the same brand, it will be available. So the homogeneous product, uniform price is available. Therefore the uniform price prevails in the market because of that only. Because if he increase, decrease, it won't be affected the buyers. He will think if it's not your product, I'll go and buy other product, he'll be thinking. So next is a free entry and exit. So in the short run, if a producer is very stable or very efficient means he can sell his product at a lower price, at a lower cost. If he is selling that product in the lower cost means that time he can be having a supernormal profit, he can earn it. How it's possible means so seeing that because if he may be having many variety of business. You can see the Reliance. So Reliance is having if any one business is going dull or disturbed by the loss means other business going well with a well profit means he can balance his company, balance his project. So if that is the case means in the short run that type of a company can sell the product with a less cost. He may be having expense little more, but also he can sell it for a lower cost and earn the supernormal profit. If he earns a supernormal profit means the outsider who are outside the market, who are not in that field, they will be attracted because they are earning supernormal profit means so they will be attracted, they wanted to come in the industry, come in the market. So if that new companies launched or coming inside the enter in the market means there will be a many firm or company will be in their market. That means the supply keep on increasing. If the supply increasing means the product for your price will be decreased because many are there. So they wanted to earn a profit means to earn a profit some people what they will do, they will lower the price. If they lower the price means if that producer is insufficient, inefficient, is not sufficient with his profit means if he is disturbed by the loss means that producer will go out from the market, he will be exit from the market or he will be quit from the market. So if many are incurring loss, if they disturbed by the loss means many other companies are go away because of a loss, they will go away from the market means in that market and many less people only, less competitors only will be there. For example, before there will be 10 companies in the market means after loss only 3 companies there means what will be happen, supply will be decreases. If the supply decreases means what will happen, automatically price for that product will increases. So automatically that whoever there stable still in the market, they will earn profit. So that's what free entry and exit will be there in the perfect competition. Next, absence of transport cost. If I am producing in the same area means in the same, I am selling in the same locality means my transport expenses will be very less. That means if that is the case means I can sell it for a lesser price. If I am manufacturer in the Kanyakumari, I am selling in the Kashmir means the transport charges is automatically increases. That time my price of my product will increases. So if you want to make the price, the transport cost should be reduced as means wherever you demand is there, go and launch a company there. Next is a perfect mobility of a factor of production. So as we enjoy the perfect freedom to move from one places to another place means without restriction means we can launch our project wherever the demand is there. Next is a perfect knowledge of market. Nowadays all will be buyer and the seller is equally have a well knowledge about the quantity, quality of a price of a product, any product. They can compare the product with one product with another product, one soap with another soap, one cell phone with another cell phone with what quantity, what quality it has. So all will be well known by the product whatever prevail in the market. So there will be a perfect knowledge of a market will both for the seller and the buyers will be in the perfect competition. Next, no government intervention. No government intervention in the sense means to buy or regulating a supply to have a perfect competition means the producer wanted to supply according to demand means he has to buy or get the raw material. So the government should not give any restriction to buy that raw material or to fix the price for this product. The government should not give any restriction to fix the product price. So these are all about the futures of a perfect competition.